Hi everyone!
Hi guys.
We are off on another European trip. So, guess what? We're here at the Coast Guard again. So, we are here again at the Coast Guard. This is our favourite pub stopover just before we do the crossing. And this time, we are on the ferry tomorrow morning. Shock horror.
Am I going to be seasick?
Well,
Hope not.
hope not. We've got the dog lounge booked, haven't we?
We have.
You spotted that.
Yeah.
Never been in there before, so
Yeah.
we'll show you all of that. And the trip is to Black Forest. Then we're going to Lake Maggorie.
Yep.
Then we're coming back round to stay in Luxembourg for a couple of nights.
Yep.
And it's all new campsites, and we've got the tunnel on the way back, haven't we? Mm-hmm. So, yeah. It should be a nice little trip. This is only a week, so it's a bit of a whistle-stop tour, long driving day tomorrow to get there. But yeah, we've got here on it's Friday night. We managed to get here about, what time is it? About 7ish, something like that.
Yeah.
Table booked for 8. So hopefully, time
Nice.
for a bit of a walk.
Stroll with the dog. I
Ish.
say nice, I'm being dragged around all over the place.
She does like it down here. Right, time to get the old leg stretch, and then let's go and grab a meal inside.
Yeah.
If you've not been here to the Coast Guard before, there is a really decent walk that you can do. Now, although this looks quite bright on camera, it's actually getting quite dark now, so we're not going to do the full walk, but it's this one. So pub, just down the bottom there, and then this one here is the footpath and walking trail. And we showed this on the last video that we did down here, and you can see it's getting a bit dark, but yeah, up here, fantastic little walk, and we're going to try and do as much as we can before it gets properly dark, because then we need to go in for a pint. Well, that was a lovely meal, wasn't it?
Beautiful,
Yeah.
as always.
As always. So, time to get an early night, because what time's the ferry in the morning?
6:15.
6:50. So that's
Mr.
an hour before.
Cheapskate has booked us on a very early ferry, so we've got to
So-
be at the port an hour before, so 5:15.
Which means that we're going to need to get up with a 4 on the clock.
I'm not going to be a happy lady.
Not good.
No.
Well, we're off, and Sarah is doing the big hill climb out from the Coast Guard. Time check. 4:44. Yeah, very early. Even I don't get up this early normally, but yes, apologies to anyone else camping at the Coast Guard when we had to start the engine and disappear off at 4:45 in the morning. However, the trip really starts now. Ferry awaits. Well, we're all checked in then. All nice and easy. And the dog, actually even easier.
Easier than the tunnel,
Than the
actually.
tunnel.
So they gave the microchip scanner, passed that through the window, ran that over her neck, goes beep beep, pass it back through, and then they just check that against her paperwork rather than having to go to a separate sort of bit of the check-in process for it. So
Yeah, so we've got boarding cards. Roxy's got a boarding card, look, with a little doggy symbol on it. Dog lounge. And we're in lane 194, which means I think I might wander over and grab a coffee from the little hut over there. Obviously not as glamorous as going to the tunnel, but it's certainly a bit cheaper, and we get the dog lounge, so we'll have to see what that's like. Well, that didn't work out as planned. I thought I had enough time to get a coffee, and now they've announced that we're boarding, so no coffee, even though I was queuing. Back to the van. Pet lounge.
Pet lounge. Oh, hello. That's welcoming. Lounge this way.
So, pet lounge includes outdoor pet area, with washing equipment.
All hosed down.
It's been all hosed down. There's seating. And they've even got dog treats in the vending machine. Look. This is actually very pleasant. There's a coffee machine, tea, that kind of thing. All looking very good. Onboard food market for the win. This morning, look, shakshuka for breakfast. Don't get that at home. And Sarah's got a nice granola pot, very nice. Roxy's not sure whether she should be on there, but she's taking it all in.
Bonjour français.
We're free!
We're off.
Yes, so ferry done and very good. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. But we are programmed into the nav. It's a long old day today, 6 hours 40 of driving, it reckons, 722 kilometres. And as per usual, look at these French roads. God, I tell you what, it's so different to driving in the UK, isn't it?
Not a pothole in sight.
Is. So, first time for us, we've got one of these. This is a fuelie tag. There's obviously loads of different makes of those, and it means that we won't have to stop at the toll booths to have to get a ticket and then pay with a card and all that kind of stuff, because it works by direct debit. So, very exciting. We've not used one of these before. Everyone says it's super easy. Let's see how we get on with it when we get to the first toll booth. Oh, this is the exciting bit.
So it wants me to do 30. There we are, I'm doing about 30 kilometres an hour, that is. Oh, there we go.
Done.
It bipped us very early.
Bip, go. Bip, bip, go. Well, that was an awful lot easier, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Much better. Yes. So, bip, bip, go for the win.
Yeah.
Although it's not called a bip, bip, go. This is a fuelie. We'll put the link in the video description, because we did hunt round to try to find one which didn't have like a really big monthly subscription and all that kind of stuff. So this one seems to fit the bill quite nicely. But yeah, it's good so far. Well, I'll tell you what, that ferry experience.
That's better than we were expecting.
Definitely better than we were expecting. I was really nervous about it, because the last time we went on a ferry was terrible, wasn't it?
It was about 7 years ago with our first California.
Yeah.
And Will had most definitely cheaped out on not paying for the tunnel. It was a little bit choppy, so I wasn't feeling particularly great either. And it was so slow. Everything was so slow.
It was just packed. It was
packed. It was dirty.
Yeah.
There wasn't really anywhere to sit that I remember, and I just remember it feeling all a little bit grim with school groups and HGV drivers. Not that HGV drivers and school groups are particularly grim, but it was just exceedingly busy.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of people, very noisy and everything. And
so we've kind of avoided it since then and always used the tunnel. But actually this morning, so we had to get up at 4, have a shower, all that kind of stuff, get ready to go. We left the Coast Guard at 4:45, didn't we? Obviously just around the corner from Dover, so got to the ferry terminal about 5. Literally just a few minutes after. Didn't take that long to get through the security and the passport stuff and everything else. Straight on the boat and then into the dog lounge.
It was really quick actually. So once we'd got through check-in, which was a little bit more simple than at the tunnel, because you stay in your car with your dog.
Yeah.
So they passed through the microchip reader. Went and sat in the lane, and we were probably only in the lane for 20 minutes before they boarded the ferry.
As you saw, not enough time for me to get a coffee, which actually, in hindsight, was a good thing, because in the dog lounge, free tea and coffee from the machine and everything, all fine. Cans of Pepsi and Pepsi Max and all that kind of stuff, which was really good. The dog area outside was excellent for toileting and all that kind of thing. Really clean, hygienic, lots of stuff to clean it down and everything. Very impressive.
Yeah.
Someone's really thought about that from the dog lounge point of view.
And even in that dog lounge, they'd got, on each of the kind of booths, there was somewhere that you could clip your dog to. So if you went to go and get a drink, you knew that they were safe and they weren't going to walk off anywhere. Water to be able to fill up bowls and things like that. There were some bowls kicking around as well. They've got a vending machine with dog treats in it, but it does take cash only.
Yeah, so take some cash.
Take some cash if you're wanting to use the vending machine. But yeah, really nice actually. Big windows, so you can look out, and
it was
comfortable.
really, really good. And I'm a little bit sad that we're going on the tunnel on the way back, because actually having about an hour and a half of just downtime where you can grab a drink, stretch your legs, dog can obviously stretch her legs and walk around a little bit. Actually, I'm going to miss that on the way back.
Tunnel's great for just getting on with it. Although I did comment when we were on the ferry worked perfectly on time, and obviously that's just our experience of it today. It actually left slightly early. It was meant to be leaving Dover at 6:15. I think it left at about 7 or 8 minutes past. Arrived into Calais on time. The last couple of times we've used the tunnel, when we were over here May time, both times we checked in for our shuttle, and each time you're sitting there in the lane waiting, and it goes, oh no, you've been bumped. You're on to the one that's half an hour later.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame, that.
Which is a bit of a shame, and I think that's obviously they do that if it's quiet, so that they're not running as many trains, but then it's I'm trying to use this to be quicker, and you've just delayed me by another half an hour.
And the ferry was not busy this morning, so actually...
Well, it's a bit harder to bump the ferry, isn't it? Because they're not actually that often.
Yeah.
So it'd have been another, 2-3 hours, I think, wouldn't it, until we get the next crossing. So yeah, positive experience.
Really good.
No worries about the van being dinged whilst it was parked down there.
Space that we had.
The lanes were really wide actually, because we were in the proper freight bit near the HGVs and things too. So probably better than being on the car deck, to be honest. Yeah, all good.
Really good.
So we are en route to camping Belchenblick, which I'm 99.9% sure that's not how you say it. Yeah.
Somebody will comment.
It's at a place called Staufen, which again, pretty convinced I'm not saying that correctly either. It's in the Black Forest, just south of Freiburg in Breisgau, where we went last year. So we're really looking forward to it, taking a look around somewhere new. We have 2 nights at this place. It's a good long drive from Calais this morning. I think it was just over 700 kilometres, so lots of time behind the wheel. And it's a lovely hot day now out there. We've gone through some rainstorms, but it's cleared up lovely. I think it's 26 degrees now, so I've had a quick change of clothes at lunchtime, gone over to the t-shirt, and as has Will, I think. Were you wearing the t-shirt before?
I've been wearing this all day.
Yeah, that's me being ultra observant, having been gotten up at 4 o'clock this morning. So
the reason that we're going to this place is because somebody, I can't remember who, somebody recommended it because of the short walk into the middle of the town.
Okay.
And there is a historic ruins of a German castle.
Nice.
So yeah, should be good. But effectively, we're on our way to Italy, and we need somewhere to stop between Calais and the lakes. And this is as good a place as any, basically.
Yeah,
so
sounds beautiful.
Yeah, never been here before. Hopefully, Black Forest, you can't go wrong, can you? And you should be able to get a piece of cake somewhere.
Cake? It's a disservice. It's a gâteau. Black Forest gâteau.
Black Forest cake. It's new.
Dear, oh dear.
At the last moment, look, by a train. We have to wait. Well, we thought we'd have a walk into town just to see what's going on, and guess what? It's a medieval weekend spectacular here in the middle, and wow, it's busy. Doesn't stop us from having a nice drink though. So Sarah's on a Hugo Spritz. Nice.
Holiday time.
Nice beer for me. Roxy's also been given a little heart bowl with some water in, so she's happy. Yes. Well, this is a bit of a treat. Salmon on a tray.
Doesn't sound like a treat.
Doesn't sound like a treat until you look how it's cooked. Look at this. This is going to be absolutely epic. With a potato salad. Oh my word, this is going to be amazing. I wasn't wrong. Look at that. Wow.
I think salmon on a tray did it disservice, didn't it?
That is incredible. Okay, it was €34. So, yes, it's a lot of money, but wow, look at that. It looks incredible. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Camping Belchenblick. We are going to give you a quick tour round of this site. So let's start the tour of this brilliant campsite, right set in the hills here in the Black Forest in Germany near Staufen, and you can see we've got the river running next to us here with a couple of footpaths both sides which goes straight into the middle of the town, so beautiful walk into the centre. And just behind me on the right hand side you can see where you queue up to be able to go into the campsite, and that's where you queue up. It's where you then go into the reception area, and it's so you can check in and then get onto the site. And if I spin round, you'll see a check-in area, and just behind me now you'll see a little pull-in area. That's where the motorhome service is, so if you need to fill up the van with water and all that kind of stuff, that's where you do that. But more importantly, let's have a look round this campsite. So there's no mistaking you're in Germany when you arrive at this campsite. Obviously very common German architecture, reception in there. You can order your pain au chocolat or your croissants and all that kind of stuff in there, and they sell beer and all that kind of thing in bottles if you need it, and check in. And then when you come in, you've basically got a couple of significant parts of this campsite. You've got this part here over on the left, and on the right hand side there's another kind of wider camping area, really for slightly bigger motorhomes and A-class motorhomes, because when you get onto this side, which is where we are, it's a little bit tighter. I'll put a map on the screen so you can see just how densely packed in the campers are here, but you've got to be ready for this if you come to Europe. It's quite tight. A couple of different toilet blocks. So we've got one just at the front of the site here, just very simple toilet blocks, and then there's one a little bit further on as well. If I just keep wandering down the site here, you can see the kind of general layout, just your typical grid layout, but if you look you can see your pitches aren't particularly big, and designed for a car and a caravan, and that's pretty much your lot. Right, let's go and have a look at our pitch then. As always, when you come into Germany, they do absolutely love their campers and mohos over here. Look at this beast. Absolutely stunning vans that you see when you're abroad. And here we are. So this is ours. You can see our pitch. Price of this pitch, just over €80 for 2 nights. So it gives you an indication it's not cheap here, but look at this backdrop. It's an absolutely stunning location. We're also, while we're here, testing out these Renogy portable solar panels. Yes, we've got tons of solar on the roof, but actually we're testing out these Renogy panels because these, I'm going to do a full video on these, but these have got aluminium frames so they don't flop about, and proper wire stands and things. So yeah, very good looking panels. Those 300 watts. I think we're going to need it because when you look at our pitch, we're south facing, and in front of us is a huge load of trees, so we are going to get basically no solar while we're here at all. So I need to keep moving those round to get as much as we can, because we haven't got hookup in that €80. Very excited to see a Westfalia big nugget down the bottom there. I don't get those in the UK unless they're an import. So built on the bigger transit van, the high top transit van. Very nice. And you've obviously got another toilet block down here at the bottom. This is where the showers are as well. So big facilities here. And obviously they need it because there's a big site. There is a medieval reenactment weekend going on here this weekend, so clearly that means that it's going to be really busy on the site, although it does look like it's got plenty of people who come here for weeks on end as well. Lots of permanent pitches. There's even a little post box at the front for different pitches too. Now, as you just keep working your way through the site, it just seems to go on and on and on. It is a big site. You get to this block, and this block here is where there's a little bar and a restaurant. Now, we did try and get in here last night, but it looked not that busy, with only 1 or 2 members of staff on, and they were looking very stressed, so we thought we'd have a wander into town instead. That's the little campsite shop, so we need to have a bit of a look in there as well. And then, yeah, this is the other extent of the campsite. So, again, really significant amount of spaces on this site. I will pop on the screen the capacity of the site, but it is big, really big. And then you've obviously got your more permanent pitches down the bottom there, and another toilet block here at the bottom. So there are some great other facilities on this site too. So swimming pool, solarium, table tennis, there's a sauna and all that kind of stuff, fitness rooms, so loads to do here, loads. We're not going to have time to do that because we're only here for a couple of nights, but you know what? This is feeling like a place we need to come back to and explore some more, because it's worthy of more than just one day's worth of exploring, especially because that medieval festival's here and it's a Sunday today, which means a load of the shops are closed and things, so lots of sightseeing today, no shopping, never mind, have to come back. So I think the order of the day today is a run into the centre with Roxy. So for me, I think Sarah's going to go and do some exploring. She wants to go and have a look at the castle ruins as well. I've gone and done that this morning first thing, and it was quite spectacular up there, I have to say. Some of those panoramic views, wow, seriously impressive. But it is quite a walk up there, so if you're going up there, make sure you're ready for some steep inclines, because it is quite a way up. Well, you can't come to the Black Forest and not have some Black Forest gateau, can you? So Sarah and I have come out, had my run, which means I can now eat cake, and we're back in the square again. Beautiful cafe here. We managed to get a nice little spot, and I think they've been setting up to do some singing, so we may or may not enjoy this. So we're just going to have a nice walk now from the campsite here down into the centre of town, and I tell you what, this really is a cracking walk.
So this walk into town, we've done it a couple of times now. It's just a shade over a kilometre right into the centre of Staufen, so not far at all really. Lovely and flat, off-road, yeah, nice dog walk. Nothing much more to say really, apart from you've got lovely river here along the side, lots of space for the dog, lots for the walkers, and even the cyclists are on a different path, so it is just for walkers. Lovely.
So just through the trees there at the back is a Lido, and you get free entry to that if you're staying at the campsite. So yeah, if we were staying a bit longer, I think we would be in there. It certainly looks pretty decent. Now, one thing that's definitely true is that when you come to Europe, you see a lot more Westfalias, don't you?
Oh, a lot more vans in general.
Awful lot more vans in general. And this one is, I think, the Westfalia big nugget that we saw on the campsite earlier. And if you've not seen one of these, that is it up close. So it's based on a Ford Transit, obviously loads of headroom inside there. That one's not got a pop top on it. And yeah, looks
pretty good looking van.
It is a pretty cool looking van. And if it's still here a bit later on, there was the mini version of this, wasn't there?
Little nugget.
So it's which is based on the Ford Transit Custom.
Yes.
And again, they only sell that here, but it's a nugget high top, which looks like a Club Joker.
Yeah.
Let's see if it's still in the car park. So it's still here, look. I tell you what, I've really come to love these high roof small vans. Still not sure about the Grand California in terms of styling. The 600, it's not grown on me yet completely. However, small vans with a high roof like this, how good is that? All weathers, it's going to be nice and warm in there. Doesn't matter whether it's raining, you haven't got to worry about the wind with a pop top. Brilliant looking van, that. And again, only available here in Europe. They don't bring this into the UK. It'd be a grey import if you wanted one and left-hand drive only. What a shame. Right, so as we're walking in, we've had to just do a bit of a right then left to be able to go into the centre, because there's this medieval reenactment. And you think this is a medieval village that they've tried to set up here?
I think it is on this bit. I think it's how they lived in days of yore, maybe, something like that.
Undefined period.
Yes.
Let's have a wander down and see if it's still here. It was here last night when we walked in, and it's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon now on Sunday, so we'll see. I've seen plenty of people walking around with a beer in one of the stone mugs. So that is our challenge. We've got to find one of those. Well, there we go then. That wasn't too hard, was it, to find that? So Sarah, alcohol-free. Me, mit alcohol, of course. Looks good.
Does it taste good?
Better than you'd know. Oh.
Is that because it's out of the original?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's have a good look then.
Medieval stone tanker. I love it.
From days of yore.
I love it. Perfect. Cheers. Now then, do you remember raclette?
I do.
Where did we last have raclette?
Annecy.
Annecy.
Lovely lunch. And I'm wondering how I'm managing to stand here at the moment with this smell.
They're doing it slightly differently here, though. They've got potatoes, and then they're scraping the cheese onto the potatoes.
Ooh, lovely.
Which, to be honest, it's all about the cheese, isn't it? It doesn't really matter what's underneath the cheese.
Bread, potato, doesn't really matter, does it?
It looks absolutely amazing. Oh, wow. Yeah, it does look so good. So guess what? Another minute has gone past, and there's another drink in the hand.
Lovely beer garden. Well, not beer garden, actually. It's cafe.
Cafe. And Sarah saw that they did Hugo Spritz. So we're in here, aren't we? Yes. Anyway, while we've been having this drink, we thought we'd better gen up on where we actually are and the history of the place, because it's clearly very historic here. And it'd be really just foolish to come here and not do any reading about the place.
It would.
As beautiful as it is. And Sarah's going to explain it all to you.
Oh, thanks. So, a chemist?
Alchemist.
Alchemist called Faust was here in the 15th century, and he was in search of gold. And apparently he did a deal with the devil. And he did a deal with the devil actually at the hotel where we had drinks last night. I can't remember the name of that hotel.
Hotel Lowen, I think it was.
Yep. So literally the one right in the town centre, pretty much on the marketplace. And he lost his deal with the devil, didn't find gold.
And he blew himself up.
He blew himself up.
In 1540, I think it was.
Yeah. So that is where the saying, a Faustian pact, comes from. And it happened right here in Staufen.
Right here. Which might explain when we're walking around the middle of the town, while there's lots of places which refer to Faust.
Faust, yes. The shop directly opposite where we're sitting at the moment is called Faust and Gretchen.
Yes. So, there you go. And obviously with the castle on the hill, the medieval castle on the hill, that was built, I think it was the 13th century. And I think the Swedes demolished it basically in
They're not like
15th century, I think it was, or 16th century.
They do a Faustian pact with the devil.
So it's been ruins for a very long time up there. But it is spectacular. If you get the chance when you're here, if you do visit, to go up there and take in the sights up there, it really is fantastic.
You weave your way through a load of vineyards as you sort of get your way up
Beautiful.
there. Very high, lots of climbing to do to get up there, but it gives you a stunning view when you get to the top.
Yeah, it really is. And there's also plenty of nice places when you come back down to sit, have a bit of a cafe culture moment and just sit and have a nice drink. This one's just on the edge of the town and the main market square and everything else. Very nice indeed.
Lovely.
It's very, very relaxed. And it's not here just because there's a medieval festival on this weekend. It's here kind of all the time. It's just a really nice kind of cafe culture here, as per most European cities, to be honest.
Roxy's enjoying chilling out on the floor. Now the marching band has gone past, which she found a little terrifying, with flag flying and all manner of stuff and drums and things. And
Yeah.
stuff.
So we're making the most of this because the forecast is from 5 o'clock to be heavy rain. Boo. So we brought our raincoats with us if we have to walk back in the rain. But I think it's going to be a lock-in tonight, isn't it?
It might be.
Cooking in the van. We've got some stuff in that we bought yesterday, because the other tip, if you're coming here, is remember that basically everything is shut on Sundays. So don't think you're going to be going to a supermarket and doing all of your normal shopping and all that kind of stuff on a Sunday.
Doesn't happen.
Doesn't happen. Make sure you do it on Saturday, because if you're here on Sunday, there's nothing.
Sunday is the day of rest.
It is. And cafe. Cheers. Well, we didn't manage to escape it, and here is the rain. But never mind, it's just adding to the memories. So, with this Max fan fitted, while we were away, we're just cooking some dinner at the minute, some chicken and some sauce and that kind of stuff. There's going to be a lot of steam in there when I open this, and I just thought it might be useful for you to see. So we've got that window shut at the moment. Everything's basically closed. That roof is closed. It's raining outside. We've got this side window just cracked open that much, and we've got the Max fan on 70% power extract. Watch this. You'll be amazed how much it sucks this up into there. So obviously all swirling around here. Look at that. It's absolutely flying out there. And the beauty of that means it's just not guffing up all of the windows at the front. It's absolutely brilliant. I'm loving this. And that's only at 70%, so you could have it a bit stronger than that. Brilliant. So, final morning here.
Our time in Staufen is coming to a very rainy end, unfortunately.
I tell you what, the rain overnight. Sarah woke up this morning saying she was expected to have a knock on the window in the middle of the night saying, evacuate.
Or one of those emergency government alarms.
Wow. I mean, that was serious rain. And all I could think about, it's awful, but all I could think about during the night wasn't, are we going to get evacuated? It was, thank goodness we're not in a pop top.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because it really would have been
a bit damp, I think.
Very wet. When we woke up this morning, I went for a shower. All of the collies that are on the site, all the roofs are down. So, yeah, they probably had a bit of a rough night. But it wasn't that windy, was it? Which was good.
Oh, no, it was just noisy from the amount of rain.
Yeah.
And we're parked mostly under a tree as well. So with every slight breath of wind, you get a real dump of all of the water on the roof as well.
Anyway, what do we think of this site then?
It's a really good location.
Really good.
Truly good.
Really good location. We haven't had to queue for the showers at all, have we?
No,
it's 3 shower blocks.
It's strangely busy site with not an enormous amount of facilities actually for how many pitches there are.
Yeah.
But no, I've walked into empty shower blocks.
Yeah, clean, very functional, proper showers with the whole, turn it on, no push button thing or anything like that.
Lots of hot water. Yeah. Really nice.
No issue with any good ventilation in there and stuff, so no steaming up or anything like that. Really, really good site.
Yeah.
Great location, as Sarah says, for having a nice walk. Great on the edge of the Black Forest if you're going to bring your mountain bikes and all that kind of stuff. You could do straight off into the Black Forest to do some exploring, hiking.
What we didn't get a chance to use, whenever we've checked into a campsite in this area, they give you a free public transport ticket, which is for buses and trains anywhere within this region. So if we'd been staying for another couple of days, I think we'd quite happily have got on the bus or the train, maybe gone up to Freiburg or gone somewhere else.
Definitely.
To have a good look around, because the public transport was really efficient and good, actually.
Yeah.
We did it in our previous trip, where we went to visit the Titisee, I think is how you say it.
Yeah.
Had a really good day out then.
Yeah, well, Freiburg's only 18 kilometres away, so even cycling-wise, you could easily cycle it. I think there is a cycle path to it, actually, from what I've seen. So, yeah, it's ideal. Great location if you're heading down to the lakes or somewhere like that in Italy. Definitely worth a stop here on the way down.
Oh,
I'd say.
Switzerland.
Yeah.
See, we've got to go through Switzerland to get to the lakes next. So
We do. So another 4 hours worth of driving today, but then we will be at Lake Maggorie, and yeah, I think Gotthard Tunnel.
yes,
I think again through Switzerland, but we do already have our Swiss vignette on the windscreen for 2025 because obviously we came earlier in the year to the lake. So yeah, it's one thing we don't have to buy on this trip.
Yep.
Right, let's get things packed up and let's get on the road.